So we actually lived there. The only problem was because they're such animal rights advocates, you weren't allowed to like kill bugs. You had to be like a vegan, you know, you weren't allowed to have like meat or anything like on property.
It was like very serious.
Oh, they were super serious.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah. So we lived there for all through COVID and then maybe a year or so after. So probably like
Did you guys have to
3
be
years.
vegan or just kind of like not?
Well,
tell them,
my
like-
my ex-wife was a vegan. The kids were well, they were like vegetarian or pescatarian. Like they,
Okay.
you know, they would occasionally eat fish, but like when we were like making dinner at home, it was basically all vegan.
Gotcha.
You know, so
Cool.
you know, we'd go out and eat. We'd order like salmon or something. But you know.
Yeah. I was vegan for 5 years, but
Were you really?
not anymore.
It's tough. I mean, I tried it. Let's bring this a little bit closer to you.
Yeah.
I tried it and I found myself. Yeah, it's
good
perfect.
here?
It's
All right.
perfect. Yeah, I tried it. I found myself cheating on that diet all the time.
No, my wife and I were strict for 5 years straight, and then probably talk about it during the podcast here, but we.
Recording now, so we could piece it all.
Oh, all right, cool. I didn't even realize.
I catch you by surprise.
Hey,
and I don't know if you're a sticker guy, but here, since you're a guest, you get the official
cool.
Music Scene podcast
I like it.
sticker.
Cool. That's awesome.
Anyway, so you were vegan for like 5 years?
That's correct.
Mhm.
And then, so I've actually moved here about a year and a half ago now.
Okay.
From Long Island. So grew up on the South Shore of Long Island.
Okay.
Big, like, you know, just nautical, like, scene. Like, yeah, grew up clamming,
Nice.
fishing, you know, putting the crab traps out and stuff.
Okay.
So, you know, 5 years into being vegan, and yeah, like we were like really like kind of missed that culture.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
And then we went out.
What started you being vegan? Was it just like
Oh,
a health thing, or was it an
yeah.
animal thing, or both?
just, you know, yeah, pretty much both.
Yeah,
It- Too many documentaries, probably.
Sure. Oh, yeah. What was the one that I watched that like it made me stop eating fast food for a long time?
Yeah.
Crap, I can't remember the name of it.
The Super Size Me, maybe.
Well, Super Size Me was one of them, where the guy just ate McDonald's all the
Yeah.
time for a year, and his doctors were begging him to stop.
Yeah.
There was
that
another
wild.
one that kind of took you behind like the processing plants and stuff, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna eat fast food beef anymore.
It's yeah. There's a documentary for everything. Yeah.
Sure, yeah,
It'll
yeah.
turn you off. There's
Yeah.
so much stuff. that's
Fast
going
Food
on.
Nation, that's what it's called.
Oh yes, I
Fast
think I
Food
did
Nation.
see that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's a ton. I mean, Food
Yeah.
Inc. was another like crazy one.
Okay, I don't think I saw that one.
That one was
Yep.
wild.
Mhm.
Yeah, all of them are kind of like traumatic. Like, yeah,
They
like,
are.
what did I just watch? You know,
I
I'm gonna
know,
change my whole life.
You got to
now.
go see a therapist after.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so we did that, and then so like we went. My uncle's got a sailboat there, and we like went sailing with him, and we got like over like 100 clams that
Oh,
evening.
wow. Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, we're gonna throw these back, or like, you know, we're gonna like bring them to the neighbors or whatever."
Right.
And you guys can help me eat them. And we're like, all right, like we'll start eating clams again. So that was like the segue back in. And then it was like, all right, we'll eat like seafood now moving
Mm.
forward. And then I think like only like this was just between the last 4 or 5 years. And then so only like 3 years ago, we started eating chicken and stayed
Okay.
on like, you know, just like white
Yeah.
meat, whatever.
Right.
And then just like after the move to Jersey, we started eating like red meat and then dairy back in. So now
Okay.
it's just like whenever.
yeah, now it's just kind of whatever.
But
Yep.
yeah, I don't know.
I mean, at least
There's a
like
chapter.
it's exactly. It's a chapter, and then also like I think there's still some of it that sticks with you a little bit. Like
Yeah.
at least you have the thought, like, well, maybe I don't need McDonald's right now.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe I'll go home and cook something healthy. You know, something like
100%.
there's got to be some residual benefits to it. You know,
Yeah.
at least with
yeah.
your mental, your mental choices. you
For
know.
sure. For sure.
Um,
yeah, it's tough.
Anyway, all right. So your name, just official introduction is it's Eric Henriksen, right?
That's correct.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
that's good.
Yes. Is that
Man.
like Scandinavian or Norwegian?
Norwegian, yes.
Norwegian.
Yep,
Nice.
Yep. Yeah.
Leanne and I are going to Sweden in February.
Oh, that's
so,
great.
Yeah.
I've actually never been, but
No, mm-mm.
yeah, that's where our ancestors are from.
That's
so,
cool.
Yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
crazy.
Yeah, my last name is Cudrak, so it's like very Eastern European. Like
Okay.
technically Slavic, Slovakia.
Yeah, Slovakian. Okay.
So yeah, so
Wow.
yeah, what is now Czech Republic, but yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, so yeah, well, you're, and I've told you this story before, but for the podcast listeners, you are known as the orange guitar guy between me and Leanne.
That's great. I didn't bring my orange guitar.
Oh no,
today.
that's fine. That's
I
fine.
brought the
Go to his Instagram and see the orange guitar.
Yeah. You can do that for sure. It's all over on Instagram.
Yeah. So that's a Gretsch.
That's
What
a
kind of
Gretsch.
Gretsch?
Yeah, it's just a hollow body.
They don't have easy names either.
Yeah, there's like numbers. Actually,
Yeah.
somebody just asked me the other day. I had to like go in and like take a picture of it because I'm like, I don't even know. Like,
yeah,
it was like a 2012 model of that body
Yep.
style. It's like a hollow body.
Yeah.
And it has like the tremolo bar and stuff. So just great guitar all around. I have no complaints. I keep flat wound strings on it because I love like the sound of like jazz and stuff, and it just it's easier for me to play on my fingers that way. And I gig a lot, so it's just like I used to use just the regular round wound strings, and that like these actually funny enough, I've been seeing your posts about breaking strings out in the heat.
Yeah.
I've had these same strings on for must be like over a year now.
Really? And you do play outside a lot. I've seen videos.
I've brought it to the beach. 100%.
That's cool.
And
they're
just
flat
yesterday,
wound? I don't think I've ever
it's
played
flat wound.
Yeah.
So I'll have to show you next time. When I have it.
Yep.
But it's literally just yesterday I was playing at home and a string snapped, and I was like,
was it the G string?
It was.
It was.
Yes. So that is why I have my acoustic today.
There you go.
But yeah.
I hardly ever break strings, but I do go through strings a lot in the summertime because, playing outdoor gigs and the sweat and everything, like strings can go dead after like 2 or 3 gigs, like when it's really humid and hot out and stuff. So, I go through strings. I change my strings like once a week in the summer when I'm actively gigging.
So these strings, the flat wounds, they actually you can, like I said, hold up like, pretty long time. And you can keep them clean. Actually, I learned a trick from, so my uncle Mo O'Connor, shout out.
Okay.
He lives in Ireland and he gigs like all over the world.
Oh, wow.
And he's got like all the tricks. So he actually uses, just like a handkerchief or whatever, like, some kind of like cotton, like a cloth. And he keeps that in his guitar case, and he'll go crazy. I just kind of wipe my strings down after every show. But he goes like underneath every string and like pulls the string up and like makes sure that he cleans all the grit and dirt and oils on your fingers and stuff off. But you can get a lot of longevity out of that. And then like, I don't know if you've ever like, if you go to like Guitar Center and sit down and play, like then the strings are all dirty, like it sounds different.
Oh, absolutely.
So
I feel like, and I might be a little bit crazy, but I feel like I was at a couple gigs in the middle of like an afternoon gig, 90 degrees out, humid, and all of a sudden I could hear the guitar just sound a little bit more dull. And I'm like, holy crap, I think I just heard the strings go dead.
It's like not an easy thing that like, people are like, oh, they're just singing, making money, but like it's intense. Like, this is the busiest summer that I've ever had in my life. I think I had like 16. I'm booked for 16 gigs this month.
That's great.
But it's intense, and like, definitely like there's things that come up like that. Like you get halfway through the gig and then like, if you're outside, like your hands are sweating, you can't kind of like do lead as easy. Like when you're in a controlled environment and you're playing, like it's much easier. But then when you're like, all right, gotta get on the next song and keep it going. And then you learn as you go, like, all right, like we gotta just keep it going. Like like I usually, just because I'm like very meticulous about things, but I'll usually like go wash my hands before I start. Like, and even on the way break, I'll go to the bathroom and like wash my hands because I want to make sure that like I can slide and stuff. And like,
that's good.
It's just keeping the strings as clean as you possibly can. That was always something that was like embedded in my head. Like,
do you wipe it down between like sets and stuff? Number one, do you take breaks? And number two, if you do you wipe down between sets?
Yeah. So usually I'll just take like a break right in the middle. And I'll just, for a 3-hour gig, I'll just do like an hour and a half mark. And then it's like either like 20 or so, whatever, and then I'll come back and it's like pretty much only an hour 10 to go,
that's cool.
So that's a good balance for me. And then usually, like I'll reset, because like, especially outdoor gigs, like your hands, like everything just gets kind of clammy, so like, and it gets harder to play, and just chug of water, but it's all these tricks that you learn along the way.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Like you said, like a lot of people who maybe just casually see you at like a winery or brewery or bar or restaurant. They're just like, oh, that guy's playing, he's good. He's playing guitar. He's in the corner of the room, whatever. But there's so much that goes into it that a lot of people, I think, don't realize. On top of just like the hours of practicing and learning and all that stuff.
And then you have to kind of keep, I'm pretty guilty of this, but I've been trying keep the set list fresh,
I never change songs.
Well, it's hard. Like you gotta like actually,
the same list for the last 4 years.
People don't realize this too. Like it takes, for me at least, it takes like a good like couple of weeks, and then like going to open mics, trying it out.
Yes.
It's almost like stand-up comedy where like you get something and then you kind of like work the bit out, and then before it's like on Netflix or whatever, for a comedian in that analogy, it's tightened up. But like for a song, like I'm not taking out something that's a rough draft,
right?
And even if I'll like introduce it and be like, all right, there's a song I'm working on, it's like in my head I already know that I have it,
okay.
And it might be a little bit rusty still, but like it's okay. For the most part, it's 90% the way there.
That's cool. I'm this. I can't say I'm the same way because I will use my phone on the songs that I don't have memorized.
Okay. Yeah. Oh no, I have an iPad for every song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like just as far as like performance value of it, I want to make sure that I'm not like oh, what's the next, like where am I stopping or whatever. I don't know. Like,
okay, I got you.
Yeah, I want to make sure
like for the same, I've had the same like 40 or so songs memorized in my head, using them without the phone or iPad.
Oh my gosh!
For the last like 4 years. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it was a lot of work. Like that first year was just hours and hours a day just learning songs and memorizing. So yeah, I have maybe 40 or 50 songs that I can do without my phone.
That's so cool.
Thank you. I feel like I do perform them better if I don't have to like, what's the next line? You know what I mean? So I can get into it more and all that stuff. Now I do bring my phone because I've started to get, like, over the years, you always get people, oh, do you know this song? No, sorry. Do you know this one? No, sorry. So I started bringing my phone for requests.
Yeah.
And then also after 4 years or so of playing the same songs, I'm starting to get a little bit bored. Yeah. Even though I truly do love all the songs that I play.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'll occasionally be like, oh yeah, I kind of know Wonderwall. Maybe nobody requested it, but I'll be, let me see if I can do it, know? And then I'll use my phone for that, you know?
Cool.
But I do have a solid 3 hours that I could do without a phone if I needed to.
I probably have a decent amount like in my head because I do a lot of the same songs.
Yep.
But it's more of like a security thing for me. I think when I first was starting out, it was like, song that I've done 100 times. Nerves got the best of me. What are the words to the second verse?
I still do that.
And like, I hated that feeling. And I think it just comes down to like my perfectionism. Like I hate the feeling that I'm not doing the best that I can. So it's just like a security thing that like, I know the song front to back, but like I just want to make sure that I have the words because that's the hardest. Like the notes are always fine for me.
Yeah, the fingers have a better memory than your brain sometimes.
Exactly. Yeah, and the words, like for me, and that's always been the struggle with like writing too. Is like I don't focus on the words. Like I literally like the words could be a piano to me. You know, it could literally be another like a saxophone or a different instrument. Like it's literally like music is just like. It's just the notes and like granted there are some songs where like the words hit and it's like all right, this feels like I can see the message in it for sure, but like more often than not it's like I'm just focused on like a lot of times like I'll be listening with my wife and she'll just be like, oh, like I love the lyrics in this song. I'm like, I don't even know if I know the lyrics. Like I just listen
and it'll be like Brown Eyed Girl or
something. Feel like there's so many times where I've listened to a song like dozens of times and I'm just like, oh, like that's actually what they're saying. Like I'll finally tune into the lyrics, because I don't know. It's just about feeling with me. Yeah. So it's how it's been.
I know when we talked at the open mic on Sunday, I know you said you had like a song or so that you're going to perform and all that stuff. So do you, even though you've got like one that's ready, do you have other songs that you're working on? Like how often do you write original music?
So not too much.
Okay.
But this year, I've been working on it harder than I've ever worked on it.
Nice. Nice. Is there a reason for that?
I want to actually do a shout out to Shay Arthur.
Okay.
Because he definitely, helped me to, I guess believe in myself, but also just so he's a big proponent of original music in the area.
Sure.
And at that whole scene at Death of the Fox, Yep.
And, so you've got Death of a Fox that's hosted by Chuck.
Right.
Chuck M. He's his open mic.
Yeah.
And then Chuck also does sound for Shay and Joey at
OAC.
The OAC, Original Artist Circuit.
Which I was kind of like briefly in for a little bit, but then I picked up a lot of gigs and didn't realize that like, oh, it's the second Friday of every month. And then like, now I'm out of it, but like,
I hear you.
That's okay. Yeah. And he said, do you always have a spot if you want to come and hang?
That's cool.
So I'll have to just, if there's a day where I'm not playing a gig on that Friday, then I'll
come
over there.
Yeah,
but...
I've gone, I played it one time. I think it was like last April.
Cool.
And then I went there as a spectator maybe twice, I think, or something. But it's a great scene.
Yeah. when before I started playing gigs, I was there like every single time.
Oh,
And then he really wants me to come and do an original set, but I'm like, I'm not ready for that. I have like maybe 2 that I could squeak out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you can get like 5 or 6, 5 minimum, I think.
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like 20.
Hour, right?
It's like 25-minute set or something like that, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So
and you could do a little, talking between songs and stretch it out. So
or do some
minimum of
lead
5.
on it. Yeah. I told him he'll be the first to know when I'm ready.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, but yeah, no, he definitely helped me to like, I saw everybody in that scene kind of like writing almost every week. They were having like a new song to show, and I was going weekly for a while back in the beginning of the year.
Yep.
So yeah, and then like, I don't know. I just, I think moving down here just kind of woke something up in me. I'm 34 now, so I'm like, all right, I know I can do this. Let me get more serious about it. Let me see what I can do with it.
Nice.
And up until now, I think it's more than not just been like kind of coasting through it. And like every gig that I had on Long Island was like through word of mouth. Like I would seek out a handful, but like most of them were like, oh, this bar needs music this night or whatever,
and somebody would recommend you.
Yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
I have like a lot of connections that way. Or it was like once you get a gig, then like someone would be there and be like, oh, like, they'd recommend something else, or like it would happen sometimes where there'd be like a manager in that bar or at that event, and they'd be like, hey, I own a bar, like, would you want to play at mine?
That's super cool.
And let's connect. So that was cool. And it kind of hurt because like when I did leave to Jersey, like I had all those like 33 years of connections, and then it's just like I got to start all over. And that was why I kind of, when I got here, I started to go to Death of the Fox, and then I met it was actually Kevin Tran.
Oh yeah, Kevin,
who connected me with RF Entertainment.
Oh,
and that was like a good way to just get a foot in the door.
Yeah, they're big around here. I mean, I don't think they ever booked a gig for me. If they did, it was maybe years ago when I was first starting out. But, but yeah, I see them like it's funny every time a new venue opens up, like venue meaning like bar, restaurant that does live music. It's like I think they're the first ones there.
Yeah,
because
they've
like
got a big because
like in Blackwood, the new Flying Pig just opened.
Yeah,
and then they were advertising musicians, and at the bottom corner it said music provided by RF Entertainment. I'm like, man, they got to that place pretty quick.
Yeah, and it's hard because they. If that's the case, then you kind of have to go through them,
right?
Which for me is good, but like they do take their percentage, and that's like they should. They're doing all the work, so
right. And I certainly don't have anything against them. I'm in case any of them are listening, Ryan or anybody else. Like I don't want them to think I have anything against them. I've just always booked my own shows. You know what I mean?
That's great.
And then I have reached out to places, and then they'll be like, sorry, we go through RF Entertainment. Like they'll just tell me like, sorry, all our music comes from them. And I'm like, all right, that's cool.
And that's fine. There's enough bars around that, people can do what you're doing, and people can do what and my goal is to, basically split it, and if I can get away from them a little bit, because I'd love to make the full salary that I want. But for right now, like I said, I don't know, like I didn't know anybody moving down here, and it was like a good thing that I was very fortunate that they were like, hey, like we could use you, and they filled up my calendar, so awesome. I can't complain, because as it takes a lot of effort to reach out to bars.
It's brutal.
Business cards basically might as well just get lost. Exactly. Emails are most often dead ends, and by the time you actually hook onto one, it's like, all right, we're available for 6 months away, and it's like, all right, like this is a nightmare.
My method was, in case anybody listening is curious, my method was I go to their Instagram first, and then I message the restaurant or bar or whatever on Instagram.
Okay.
Then I'd find them on Facebook, and I'd message them on Facebook.
Nice.
And then I'd go to their website, and I'd look for and I'd look for the contact us section of their website, and I'd message them there.
Whoa.
So every venue I reached out at least 3 times. Three different places.
Yeah.
And then if I didn't hear from them in a week, I'd follow up all 3 places again. Yeah. And then usually by the second or third email message from me, they were like, all right, this guy's not going to go away. Let's contact so-and-so.
One of the things I heard is that you really have to just be persistent.
Right.
Yeah. And like break people down, like the bar owners down.
Exactly.
So just be careful on that, because if you do lose track, I don't know if you were familiar with Sienna and Sean that run the Tanner Brewing open mic there.
No, I don't think I know them, but I know of that open mic, but I don't think I've ever met them.
So they're really cool, and they're terrific, talented, but they were setting up gigs, and so she apparently sent an email to some bar in like Costa Rica.
Oh, really?
And she like just showed like she was showing me at some point. She's like, look at all the places that I applied to here. Like I emailed and I just sat down with Sean one afternoon.
Yep.
And it was like 25 different places. And then she's like, I saw on Instagram, it was like, so I accidentally like reached out to some place in Costa Rica and they emailed me like, we're not sure where you're located, but if you ever want to come play, you can.
That's great.
Like, so you got the gig.
That's awesome.
Yeah. She like lost track, I guess, of where she was going. So
that's amazing.
Must have been a place with the same name or something.
Yeah,
like that,
probably. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
So all right. So let's talk a little bit. Well, I got a couple of questions first, and we're going to bounce around all over the place timeline wise.
Okay.
So it sounds like you gig a lot. I mean, what did you say? 15, 16 gigs this month? That is a lot, you know? So do you do music full time, or do you have a Monday through Friday day job and do music on the weekends?
I actually work with my brother. We kind of started our own business. We build boats for a living.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
So it's just a family business. It's Henriksen Boat Designs. There's a plug.
Nice.
But yeah, so that, you know, I'm not like diehard passionate about it. It's fiberglass. It's very itchy. Right. It's very, you know, it's all the resins are very smelly. And knowing that I can play music for a living, you know, it's not that appealing to me anymore.
Sure.
And, you know, in the beginning, I was like, let's make this work, even though it was like you kind of trudging through everything. It was just, you know, not fun. And you got to wear a mask. There's dust everywhere. Like, it's just miserable work.
Yeah.
But, you know, I was like, he has been, you know, basically like fixated on boats and boating community, like everything that has to do with boats for as long as I can remember.
Okay.
I mean, when we
were
that's
like his passion,
12 years old, he was like fiberglassing old wooden boats in the backyard.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that's his passion. So, you know, I was like, if anybody can make this work, like it's going to be him. So I kind of like stuck through it with him. And, you know, there's been ups and downs as with any business.
Sure.
But I always had music in the background, and definitely like it's come and gone in like waves, you know, where I like don't touch the guitar for a while. But then this year, now that we're, like I said, we've moved down here, and I just found like, you know, a passion for it again. So that's
awesome.
And now it's like right now my schedule with him is Monday through Wednesday, pretty much, sometimes like occasionally a Thursday, and then I'll play gigs through the weekend.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Yeah.
You and your wife have any kids or anything like
Not
that?
Yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Not yet.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when it gets tricky for sure.
Yeah. I can only imagine.
Yeah, I've got two kids of my own, two girls, ages 10 and 12.
Wow.
My 10-year-old will be 11 in a couple weeks.
And you're gigging almost just as much, I think. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I think I average about 10 to 12 gigs a month. I try not to book any gigs on the weekends that I have my kids, because I have my kids half the time.
For sure.
And so on the weekends that I do have my kids, it's either no gigs or maybe one.
Okay.
And then on the weekends I don't have my gigs or my kids, then I try to book as many gigs as possible.
That's
like
great.
A Friday, I'll do one on Friday, one on Saturday, and sometimes two on a Sunday.
Okay.
Like
cool.
I'll do like a farmer's market Sunday morning, and then I'll host the open mic at Little E's on Sunday
That's
night.
great. Yeah.
You know, stuff like that.
That's a fun scene, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I appreciate
happy
it.
to be there. Yeah. It was really cool. I got to come down to that more often.
It's a good time. Yeah. We built a nice little community. We got a lot of regulars at the bar who are not musicians.
Okay.
But love just coming to see what happens.
Yeah.
Because, you know, some nights, and I feel like your set at the end of the night was one of these nights where like you're like the new guy, nobody's ever heard you before. At least nobody in that bar has heard you before. And then you get up there and you just fucking killed it, dude. It was great. The whole place was like silent, you know, and everybody's like, one more song. Even so like you get those nights, and it was like it's amazing. I love it. Yeah.
My wife came up to me after, and she was like, not for nothing, but the bartender came up and he was like, I have my like earphones in just because like I'm listening to my own music and stuff. And then he was like, I literally like took mine out. So like
that's awesome.
So like once he went up, it was
that's awesome.
Funny.
I love it.
I guess he was just like kind of working in the zone there. And
yeah,
like,
probably.
What's happening? Like,
he noticed everybody paying attention. He's like, what's going on?
Yeah,
that's cool.
Funny.
All right. So where did it all start for you? So obviously you're a guitar player and you're a singer. Do you play any other any other instruments?
I've dabbled my whole life.
Okay.
I can run through a list here. I was really big on the ukulele for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Big, you know, probably teenage, you know, years, Hawaiian influence.
Mm-hmm.
And had like some, you know, little bit of time with the bass, mandolin. Let's see, a lot of string instruments.
Yep.
What I will say is that my in the future, I do hope to, and I've been looking on like Facebook Marketplace and stuff. I would love, because I have grown such a affection for jazz music. I'd love to acquire a trumpet or even like a trombone or a saxophone.
Nice.
Something like that. I'm looking at a trumpet right now that I'm thinking about buying.
Okay.
With, like, the mute and all that stuff.
And you don't know anything about, you've never played one, right?
I only know the music. So yeah. Just love like all like, Coltrane and like, Miles and all of them.
Yeah, man.
So yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
how did you get this affinity for jazz? Where did that come from?
So I've always had, a passion for it, but then it became much deeper. So I actually acquired a gramophone, or
I've heard of that. What is it again?
It's like the original like record player.
Oh, okay.
Like
with the big horn?
With the horn.
Yeah, yeah.
And some of them don't have a horn. But there's all different iterations. There's like suitcase models and all this stuff. So I've got like a whole collection at home. And then it's 10-inch shellac records, which are like just that's the way they used to make them. And it was just before like microgroove and vinyl, it was just one song on each side.
Oh, okay.
And then way earlier, it was literally just one song and the back was flat.
Right, okay.
So then they like the two-sided, 2 songs on one disc was like a revolutionary thing in like 1920.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But so just like dove into that hobby. This was like just after I got married, just 2023. And then like just every antique store, like going and seeing like, all right, let me flip through the milk crates, and picking out like, Duke Ellington, Ella Fitzgerald, Glenn Miller, Tommy Dorsey, all of these great, old jazz guys.
And was it because that's just what was available, or
no,
or
what I liked? And then,
so how did you? And I guess the reason why I'm kind of harping on this a little bit is I've tried to like jazz. I've tried, Eric. I promise.
Not for everyone. It's not.
And I can't get into it. I've tried maybe 3-4 separate times over the course of my life, and I'm just like, no, it's not for me.
There's layers to it too.
Okay.
Because like there's like very how do I describe it? There's very like intricate jazz.
Okay.
That like will just be hard for even me
it's
to
like
understand.
The atonals, all the
not
crazy
even atonal,
stuff.
but like just like bebop and stuff, like stuff that like Nat King Cole was doing.
Okay.
And like those kind of projects, and like just more technical jazz that's like very rhythmically, like very fast, and even like Miles obviously was playing very fast.
Sure.
Dizzy Gillespie, all these guys that were like just kind of pushing the limits of what you can do, and it's very like theory, implement, like very
centered around
based.
theory.
Yeah. So like you're taking all these like not all this knowledge and applying it, whereas like most music kind of after jazz tapered off in the 50s, and then like you got like doo-wop and then into like rock, obviously the Beatles and Elvis and all that. It's much more palatable, and like you got like 3 chords, 4 chords, and it's like you got out of it, and then you get into like rock of just like classic rock and stuff like that, and it's just mostly like but back then, like music was very much like you had to be like, I feel like a scholar almost.
Oh, okay.
Right. And there's a lot of jazz where it gets to that level where it's just like I can't even process what's going on.
Okay, gotcha.
It's almost like difficult to listen to because it is like math. But then there's other stuff that's like not as intense. And even like jazz influence on things like like Valerie by Amy Winehouse is very jazzy, but it's not necessarily. I mean, it's jazz, but it's not like like a standard or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
So there's like different layers. And I appreciate all of it. I don't really like know like the very intricate stuff. Like I can't I play that by any means. And I definitely like, sometimes it's hard for me to like understand. It just sounds like noise, especially with like, if it's like a clarinet song and it's just like all this crazy stuff. And I'm like, what's happening? But I can appreciate the talent.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just, there's all different walks of it, but yeah.
And does that, a lot of that influence your guitar playing?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And did you ever take jazz lessons?
No, I've been studying like a little bit of jazz scales and stuff, and I've got a list of like 50 standards that I kind of just work through when I get the chance. I was like more into it when I first started collecting these records, and I would like, I know this song, like let me pull it up, and I found like an app that you can like go through and find the not the sheet music, but basically the tabs.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I was learning all of these, like I've got the World on a String and all of these like jazz standards.
Nice.
And some of those I have locked in, but like I said, it's very difficult to play.
Yeah.
So even like World on a String is like, I don't know, like 15 chords or something like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and like the main phrase is like 8 chords.
Yeah, see that's crazy to me because like I play one of the songs I play in my regular set is Hotel California.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of chords in that. In my opinion, there's a lot of chords in that song. There's like 7, 8 chords in that thing, maybe.
Yeah.
And yeah, to think of, trying to learn a song that's got even more than that. Thanks. Nope.
And then as you get into like the more technical stuff, and then it switches from like major to minor, and you're going to like augmented and diminished chords and all this stuff, and you're like, and then like I have it set on the app so like to try to like train myself, like, all right, I know what like this diminished chord shape looks like. So if it says like whatever it says, like, flat 5, flat 7, whatever it is, then I'm like, all right, I know what that is supposed to sound like. And then if it sounds wrong, I'll like pull the tab up and be like, oh, that's not the right one.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because there's like
that's cool. So you can kind of hear it then.
Yeah,
like you can hear the difference between like a 9th and a 13th or whatever.
Usually, yeah.
Chord.
Yeah, I have an ear for music.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I love it.
That helps me a lot.
Yeah, I bet.
It's definitely like made it so much easier and I discovered that kind of like at a certain point where it's just like, wait, you can't like, you don't know that that's like an A, not a B, and it's not like perfect pitch, but it's just like I can differentiate like, and I'll be able to, it helps to like learn songs because I can sound them out. Like a lot of times with simple songs, I don't even need to like look up the tabs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would love to get to that kind of level, and I don't think I'm very far away.
Yeah,
because I've been playing. Everybody knows I'm the cover song guy. Lately, I've been releasing original music.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's great, man.
Thank you. But like the last, up until this year, I was always just pretty much covers.
For sure.
And with all the songs that I know and have learned, I'm starting to be able to hear and kind of be able to guess like where the next chord is without really having to look. And I think, and there's been a number of YouTube, guitar teachers and stuff that I've kind of learned from where, you watch a lot of these videos. I watch a lot of videos and some of the stuff just kind of sinks in. So like, I would love to get to a point theory wise where somebody says, okay, this key's in B flat, and then I'll instinctively know what the 1, 3, the 5 chords are, and I don't think I'm very far away from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I could be, okay, so B flat major, and then whatever the second or third chord's going to be whatever.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm not even that technical. Like this year, like I've just started to get into like the numerics of it, like like where you are like on the scale.
Right.
And like, that is basically jazz. Like that's like the beginning steps of jazz to know like, and I guess a lot of like, if you're in like a scene, like a church scene or something like that, or something that like where like somebody might come in and change the key on you, then all right, we're still doing 1 6 2 5 6 1 or whatever it is,
we just starting on this chord.
Being like a solo artist, I never had to worry about that. Like it was always just like, if we're gonna play in a different key, it's gonna be rehearsed before we get to the bar.
Exactly.
I'm not transposing in real time. Like but yeah, it's definitely like there's so much with music, and that is like a whole new world. Like so learning like the numbers of it is just that's probably the next step for me, honestly.
Nice, cool. I noticed on Sunday do you ever play with a pick, or is it always just fingers? Okay. No. How did that come about? I mean, is that just something natural? Because I that's another thing I've kind of tried, and especially on the electric guitar, because I'm a big fan of John Mayer. Everybody who listens knows. And I've seen him a lot of times, like when he plays Gravity, he doesn't use a pick.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I would love to be able to do that. And I've tried it a few times, and then I get frustrated, and then I just pick up again.
Yeah. So I'm the opposite. I cannot use a pick.
Oh, okay.
I end up dropping it. It ends up moving in my hand, and it's like the wrong attack. I just can't get it down. And I've tried, and I should learn, because I know that I'll improve my skills.
Well, eventually when you start playing Pantera and stuff, you're gonna need
right. Honestly, I just strive to like learn some of like the flat picking stuff. Like I watch Billy Strings and stuff like that, and like all these like Irish like musicians that are just killing it. Like is it Molly? I forget her last name. Molly Tuttle, I think. Yeah, she
sounds familiar.
She's insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I know a pick can like elevate that, but for now I've just gotten so comfortable with the way that I do it, and I actually simulate a pick with my like index.
I was watching it.
Finger.
I was watching. It
nail.
Looks like you're holding a pick.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can do it for my camera.
I don't even know if I.
Yeah, it looks like you're holding the pick, but I think are you hitting it with your
nail?
Your index nail, the index finger nail.
Which luckily, and it might be the benefit of the flat wound strings, it doesn't wear out, because I was worried about that getting into the summer
wearing out?
when the gigs picked up.
Oh yeah.
Like, all right, and like there was an old guitar teacher that I had briefly, who it was classical guitar. I studied for a little bit. And he used to take ping pong balls and then cut them open and literally like hot glue them, or not hot glue, but like crazy glue,
really,
to the inside of under his nail.
Oh my god!
And then he would file that with an emery
Wow!
board.
So he's making like an extension to his fingernail.
With classical music, you really need long nails.
Sure. Yeah.
It's all on that attack, you know.
Yeah.
So, and I've never done that strategy, but I thought back to it, I was like, I wonder I could do that if I ever needed to.
Right, if you needed
know?
to. Yeah.
But I've been,
That's
it's
cool.
been still there for now. So yeah.
Here's a dumb question you might not even know. Do the flat wound strings only for electric guitars, or can you get them on acoustic guitars too?
I don't know. Actually,
okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to look it up.
I would imagine you could get them for acoustic.
Okay.
But yeah. I don't know.
I'll have to look it up. Yeah, because I'm interested now that you said even playing outside, you don't really break strings.
Do you play electric at all?
I do. Okay. I have a really nice Fender Strat that I bought in Nashville. The nickname is the Fender Coma. It's the Michael Landau signature model.
Wow.
When I bought it, I didn't even really know who Michael Landau was. And if anybody watching is like, why'd you buy a $3,000 guitar and you don't know who Michael Landau is?
Oh my gosh.
We were in a place called Gruen Guitar in Nashville, and Leanne was in the market for an acoustic. She wanted a really nice like Martin, and she was playing, and we were there for a couple hours, and I was just kind of walking around killing time while she was shopping for a guitar.
Yeah.
And I kept walking past this one Fender Strat, and I'm like, don't pick it up. And then I picked it up, and I was like, oh no. So
that's how it happens.
Yeah, and
once
then
you get it in your hands, it's game over.
And then I was playing it, and I was like, oh my god, this guitar's so great. And then I said to Leanne, I'm like, she's like, I really like this one, but it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I was like, why don't we just think about it? It's not going to go anywhere. Let's go to dinner. We'll come back tomorrow,
Yeah.
And she's like, all right. Cause they were getting ready to close or whatever. So we went out to dinner, and we're sitting there eating dinner. We're chatting and stuff. And she goes, are you all right? Like you seem a little off. And I'm like, I can't stop thinking about that damn guitar.
That's awesome. So you went back.
Yeah. So then the next day we went back, and she got the Martin that she was, looking at and playing.
That's awesome.
And then when we walked in, the guy recognized me from the day before, and he goes, you back for that Fender Coma? And I was like, yeah.
I knew it already.
Yeah, I'm like, can
awesome.
I plug it in this time? He's like, sure.
Yeah, you got to make sure. Yeah, because if it doesn't feel good in the store, then when you get home, you're gonna be like, I should have plugged it in.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I've done that before.
Oh my god. And I still sometimes think like, my music career, quote unquote, is 99% acoustic guitar.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, why do I have this guitar hanging on the wall? But I am committed. Like I play it regularly. It's inspired a few things. My latest song, Dream Big, is a rock song. There's no acoustic guitar in it. So and I think I'm gonna experiment a little bit more with doing some heavier stuff. And
that's cool.
And who knows? Maybe I'll make a metal song with sometime this year, because my roots are in thrash metal.
Cool.
I was a big.
All right.
When I don't know if you know this story, but way back in the day, James Hetfield was on stage, and he was standing too close to one of those flash pots, and he burned his arm really, really bad.
Oh shoot!
And he couldn't play. He couldn't finish the tour. He could sing, but he couldn't play. So they were looking for a replacement, just to finish the tour. Whoa. And they ended up getting some guy from like another famous metal band or whatever. Yeah. But I'm like, I could totally do that job. I know every note. I know every solo. I could totally do it.
What?
So I obviously didn't, but
I was gonna say,
but I could.
But you wanted to.
I wanted to, but I didn't.
Yeah. That's crazy.
But yeah, so I do play electric. I just play it at home though.
Yeah.
The bulk of my Instagram followers came from me when I first started during COVID. I had like, my beard was really long and my hair was really long, and I was just playing like Metallica riffs, Pantera riffs, and all that stuff, like just on my camera.
That's so cool.
And posting it on Instagram, and I got like 3,000 followers in like a month.
Nice. It honestly, like, so I did 100 posts, 100 covers consecutively every day.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Started out
one song each day for 100 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It started out with just a goal to do it for March, just 1 month.
Okay.
And then, talk with my family, and I was like, what should I do? Should I end it? Like, people are liking it. Like, they want me to keep going. And I was like, all right, let me do 2 months. So I strived for just 60 days. And then 60 was kind of an awkward number for me. And I like had a whole bunch of songs in my head that I wanted to, that I could still, I was like, I could do, if I do to 100, that's only 40 more days,
Yep.
So then I went for 100.
Nice.
And then the last 10 days of it were like my like all-time favorite songs.
Oh, that's cool. Nice.
So I don't remember where I was going with that, but yeah.
Instagram. The followers.
Yeah. So once like a couple of those got like 5,000 views.
Oh, wow.
Not
nice.
like, crazy stuff, but like, I don't know. It was just cool for me to see the journey. And then like I had to like put it away after the 100 days was over, because I was just like, I need to like get offline for like at least a week here, because I found myself so addicted. Because then every morning I was doing this really cool feature. You can actually set it up for a trial reel, which actually goes out. You know of this?
Yeah, I've done it once or twice.
Yeah, so it goes out. I was trying to do it as often as I can, because then it like goes out to the people that aren't your followers,
your non-followers
first.
Yeah,
it hits like the reels page and like the For You page, and then then at the end of the day. So I was like waking up, I wake up at like 5:30 for work, having it ready from the day before, posting that, and then at the end of the day, after dinner, I would share it to my friends, and then it would get like whatever, like 400 views in the daytime, and then like 400 from my followers at the end of the day.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it was like boosting it like crazy. And then once I started doing that, and then I did like a couple like really like popular songs, like I did like Seven Nation Army.
Oh yeah.
And I did like a couple of like Jimi Hendrix covers, and those like just shot through the roof. And I was just like, this is crazy. And then that was kind of close to the end, and then now I've lost all the momentum. But it was cool for a while. It was really cool to see all the analytics like going.
It's fun. It is a little bit addicting. I've especially the analytics part of it. I have my bachelor's degree is in economics, so I'm not like data driven.
Yeah,
but like I check my friggin' social media numbers every day.
Yeah, it's so addictive.
And I'll say to Leanne, I'll be like, this video is so good. Why isn't anybody watching it? And she'll be like, don't look at the numbers. I'm like, I can't help not looking at the numbers.
I try to like not get upset if it doesn't perform, because it's just like, I don't know, it's just whatever happens, but then like I'll definitely get like excited if it does. I'm like, whoa, and then I like can't put it down. I'm like every few minutes, I'm like, oh, let me see now, and that's hard. But like I try to just like, my goal was never to like, be like, all right, this is gonna work and go crazy. Like it was just like, honestly, like my goal, because I've always been, and this is like such a funny concept to me, that like every creative person seems to be self-conscious.
Okay.
I don't know why it's designed that way in life, but every creative artistic person that I've ever met is like, man, I got super stage fright, and it's like, why is that such a common thing? But I have that, and it was just an effort to kind of get over that and be like, all right, like I know I'm talented, let me put some stuff online, because before this year I really hadn't posted too much stuff anywhere online, and it was just like I'll play shows and stuff, but like it's always been a battle for me to be like, all right, it's not good enough. Like I can't,
I see what you're saying.
And even like so this mission helped me tremendously with that, because probably about half of those posts, if I wasn't adherent to a goal, I would not have posted them.
I hear you.
Like, man, like my shirt's all messed up in that take, and it's like now it's after dark and I can't take another one.
But
that's the only take I have, so it's going out there, you know?
And I find the ones that, and I've heard this before, so I'm not breaking any new ground. The videos where you try to do whatever you can to hopefully make it go viral, those ones perform the worst. Because the audience can see right through it. But then the other ones where you like, I don't know, and I'm just going to make up a scenario. Let's say you just roll out of bed and grab your guitar and your hair's all jacked up and your t-shirt's all mangled. Maybe it's got a coffee stain on it, and then you're just like, blah, 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 playing a song. Those ones go viral because it's honest. It's an honest post.
I think that's like what people crave more than anything in this world, like is genuineness, because everything just seems so polished and like false, and I think that in a world where like we can create our own content, like that's what people want to see. They want to see just like this, like people just BSing and talking. They don't want to see like, all right, in 5, 4, 3, like on a produced like overproduced show.
Exactly.
And I think that's, hopefully that trend continues, because I love the rawness of everything and like how everything can just be genuine. Like there's no reason to,
me too. And now with AI and everything, not to go down that rabbit hole, but like the whole perfection and all that stuff is just going to get so much like worse. you know, and I mean, and when I say worse, I mean, everything's just going to be too perfect, you know? So I'm hoping that we come full circle and people are going to be like, I'm tired of seeing,
100%.
you know, these AI generated. I'm sorry for picking on you AI poster guys, the ones who are using AI to post your gigs. I'm sorry. No. but like people are eventually, number one, they all start looking the same after a while.
Yeah.
And then number two, nobody wants to see everything like perfectly in the exact same spot, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I mean,
you know?
art is an expression of you. Like, it's literally like a manifestation of your mind.
Right, exactly.
And like when you take something and tell it to work for you, then you're totally eliminating that. Like, exactly, I'm not going to want to come see your show and have you be like, you're showing me your creativity in a live performance and you're promoting it with something that's totally dead, you know?
Right.
It just doesn't add up.
The album artwork, I don't know if you saw the video, but the album artwork for my song Dream Big is literally just me writing on a Sharpie on a napkin.
And I saw Shay was like, this is my favorite album ever. I was like, yeah, man, this is pretty dope. Yeah.
I made like a 2-minute video of me creating it, and you know, cool. And I personally loved it, and it got a pretty good reaction, you know, from my audience.
Yeah, no, that's great, man.
Fun.
Honestly, like my favorite to this point, like some of my favorite recordings are the ones where you can hear like stuff going on in the studio. You know, one of mine that comes to mind is actually, if you know, you should hopefully, "Gimme Shelter."
Oh yeah,
Rolling Stones. There's like 2 distinct voice cracks in the, you know, high falsetto, the woman,
the background singer. Yeah.
And towards the end of the song. And like, I've always like picked them out and I'm like, oh, check this out. Like whenever I'm listening with a friend, I'm like, this is the really cool part, because it's like, they left it in there and they really didn't have to, you know? And like, I don't know if it's just negligence. I hope that it was just like, they caught that it was raw.
Right.
I think that, like, we're going to keep this in here because it adds
for whatever reason. It's perfect.
You know?
It's perfect in an imperfect way.
Yeah,
you know?
But I feel like nowadays, like people will be like, "Oh, it diminishes," but you know, it's not. It's humanness. You know, and that's
The other famous one is I think it's the Police song "Roxanne."
Okay.
In the very beginning, you hear the bass, and then you hear like a weird like piano, and then you hear a laugh in the background. Whoa. And the story that I heard, and I've and it's been verified. While they're recording, Sting accidentally sits on the piano, and you hear the keys ring out, and then you hear Sting laugh in the background, and they're like, let's just leave it in. Let's leave it in. So listen to the first 30 seconds of Roxanne and you'll hear it.
I never knew that. Yeah.
You know?
I wish that I could like get like the isolated tracks on that. That would be cool.
You probably could.
Yeah.
You could probably get them from somewhere.
Discover them somewhere.
Yeah. And then the other one that only hardcore AC/DC fans know is, I think it's on the Let There Be Rock CD. It's one of their first ones, second, third one, I think. There's I forget what the song's called, Livewire maybe. Okay. And Angus is doing his intro.
Yeah.
And there's a string in there. It's a note he totally flubs. It's just because he's doing like an arpeggio and where all the strings are ringing out. And then you hear don't. And I'm like, oh, I love that. Because it made Angus human to me all of a sudden. Yeah. I mean, because AC/DC is one of my favorite bands of all time. I've been a fan of theirs since I was in 3rd grade, and I'm 53 years old.
Whoa.
And when I heard that, like, even Angus can make mistakes, I'm like, there's hope for me still. You know? I love that. So I love that human stuff.
That's the best part. And that's like the thing, is like, it's relatable. Like, we're not trying to, like, you know, be like, hiding things and stuff.
Right.
Like, I remember at one point, my cousin was really into like recording, and I came over his house one afternoon, and he showed me, he was like working on like acquiring a bunch of isolated tracks on his like program, whatever it was, Pro Tools or whatever, Logic. And so like I could see like everything on there, and he pulled up like, I guess this is like, I don't know still, but he was able to acquire like one of the Jimi Hendrix like tracks.
Oh wow.
And so like we're listening to one of the ones that was just like, I guess he was laying down the guitar part, and it was just like the lead, you know, or like licks in between stuff.
Yeah.
But you could literally hear like he like sniffed, and it was just like a
That's great.
Like, and it was just really like so cool, because I never knew that you could get that like rawness out of like, you know, because you don't hear it in the full mix.
Right.
But you know, when you break it down like that, you can hear like, you know, you might even hear like a chair squeaking or whatever it is, you know, and it all just gets lost into the thing. But
I love it.
It's really cool.
That's amazing. Okay. We've talked a lot about music and guitar. I hope people listening and watching are into guitar stuff.
Me too.
Yeah. Well, what are your handles? How can people find your schedule and find you?
Apparently the hardest last name to spell, and so that is Henriksen. Henriksen sings. That is Instagram.
Henriksen
and Instagram is like my home base. That's pretty much all I use.
All
I want to get onto like YouTube and TikTok and all these other platforms, but for right now, it's just like, let me pick an outlet and just drive it home, you know?
Nice.
So yeah, that'll come in time.
All right, cool. So Henriksen sings on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's the main one. Okay, cool.
So
awesome. Well, Eric, thank you very much for doing the podcast.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. What song are you going to do for us?
Let's see. I don't even know if it has a title.
Okay. Fair enough.
I think it was called like Where I Want It to Be.
Okay.
I think that's what I call it. It's a 10-year-old song. So.
All right, cool. We will we'll get set up. I'm going to swap out microphone.
All right, this is a song called Where I Want It to Be, and it's about my wife. Well, if you ever get those crazy thoughts in your mind, like he's gonna leave and he won't be by your side, well, I don't know how you could feel that way, but if you do, then you should listen to me when I say that I love you, that I love you. Well, those kinds of thoughts can bring you down, make you confused. You should know by now that I'll never be the one that you lose when I say that I love you, that I love you. And so it goes. Now I am right where I wanted to be. My darling, I could never have imagined this all. Never have imagined you beside me in all of my dreams.
Yeah, man, nice.